It is indeed my honor to be here today, and as I look out into the group, also very honored to see so many people in the community who I see on a regular basis doing so much for this community. Certainly continuing the work of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. You know, this is a day, and I'm glad today, and I want to thank Dexter and all the folks who put on this breakfast today to return an event on the actual day that we celebrate the life of Dr. King. It is that service and that commitment to continuing the works of Dr. King that, as a historian, and I said this last night, and I should say more because I know I have professors in here now, as a history major here. We have a history, a deep history in our community, 158 years. And throughout that history, there have been some tremendous accomplishments in our community by a lot of people. But as is the case in our country, so is the case with our community. There was also a time, some very bad individuals and times, and quite frankly, even in the city. I was reminded by a professor reading yesterday in the paper, Dr. Lehman, the issue, and that's an individual who I learned a lot of history from St. Cloud, and some of that history in those times, again, there are tremendous amounts of accomplishments, but there was a time when the city and individuals did not have the best interest in the community. And for those individuals and for those city officials during those times, I'm truly sorry and ashamed. But because of the people through the time, and in particularly over the last few decades, I am very proud of this community. And I'm very proud as I look out over the people in this community, there are so many people who continue to live that dream and work on that dream. So together, I have an opportunity now to proclaim a proclamation, which I do on a regular basis, and I usually, when I give a proclamation, I usually end with saying it comes with free parking in town. But we're on the campus of the University of St. Cloud State, and I did talk to Dr. Potter, so if you do have any tickets, you can certainly give them to Dr. Potter. In fact, throughout the year, if you have any tickets, you can give them to Dr. Potter. Whereas the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. devoted his life to serving others, he challenged our nation to recognize that we must live together in mutual respect and brotherhood. And whereas the strength of his leadership was matched only by the power of his words, though we have made great strides since the era of Dr. King's movement, this work remains unfinished. Whereas we therefore gather on the 35th anniversary of the Martin Luther King Jr. federal holiday to recognize the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., one of America's greatest visionary leaders, and to celebrate his life and legacy. Whereas commemorating Dr. King's life today is a tribute to his contributions and demonstrates our desire to ensure a strong foundation that supports economic security for all and extends the founding promise of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Dave Kleist, the mayor of the city of St. Cloud, do hereby proclaim today, Monday, January 20th, 2014, Martin Luther King Day in the city of St. Cloud and throughout this nation. Thank you very much.